freedom to open your hands, put your hands in the air. May we celebrate God's glory together. Swing wide, sing it again. Swing wide, all you heavens, let the praise go up as the walls come down. All creation, everything with breath, repeat the sound. All creation, clean hands, pure hearts, good grace, good God. His name is Jesus, that's his name. Kingdom come. You guys can grab a seat. If you don't have a chair already, grab one. Yeah, okay.
Yo, what's up, guys? All I hear is Team Taco Bell. Team Taco Bell's a cheat code. Y'all give it up for yourselves. But I gotta stay loyal. Team In-N-Out's my team, right? Team Chick-fil-A, my little brother's on your team, so good stuff. Hey, but you guys, I'm so excited. It's not only week 2 of the gauntlet, but it's week 2 of Oh, yeah, that's right. It's week 2 of Lost and Found. This series is so dope. You don't understand how excited I am to talk about something today because it's a other thing that we're facing in this pandemic. There's something else in here that's spreading real bad, and it's how we view value. That's what we're going to talk about today. But before we get into it, I got a serious question. How many of you guys have ever lost something and had to go get it in the lost and found? Raise your hand real quick. Yeah? Yeah? I know everyone should be raising their hand right now because everyone in here has lost at least 2 water bottles. I know it. You can't tell me I'm wrong. Everyone's lost 2 water bottles. And some of you got backup hydro flasks to your backup hydro flasks. I don't understand it. And if you haven't lost that, then I know you lost those soccer bags with the skinny strings where you pull it and then the top closes. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Well, whatever. I got another question. So you guys have been to the lost and founds, right? Well, if you haven't, that's tough. If you have been to lost and found, have you ever seen something where it's like, oh, that thing's supposed to be forgotten. Oh, that thing's supposed to be like trash, but that thing's dope. What the heck? Have you guys ever saw that? Or maybe not the lost and found at school, maybe the lost and found in your house. It's called the garage. You guys ever been in the garage? And you find some old pair of hats or something, I don't know what you guys be looking at, and you see it, and you're like, oh man, this is supposed to be trash, it's supposed to be forgotten, but it's dope. Because you guys know the old saying, one man's trash is another man's facts. One man's trash is another man's treasure, and it's true. And I'll show you why right now. By a raise of hands, who in here would think that it's trash if you found an Android phone right now? Who would think it's trash? Amen. Come on. Who would think it's treasure if you found it? I'll pray for you guys. Don't worry. I'll pray for you guys. Don't worry. It's good. Okay. How many of you guys would think it's trash if you found a pair of Crocs? Raise your hand. What? Tripping. Raise your hand if it would be treasure. Yeah. Raise your hand if it would be treasure. But do you guys see how something's value is determined by how it's viewed? It's simple. Something's value is determined by how it's viewed. So what I wanted to ask you guys tonight is, how do you view yourself? How valuable are you? What is your value? Can you calculate it? Can you calculate your value? Because that's what I tried to do. I didn't write it down, but I had this system in my head that the world taught me. I had this system in my head where I would get more value based on my appearance, based on my possessions, based on the people I hung around, based on what I did, based on my performance. And I'll get more and more value based off of that stuff. Like, let me show you what I did in my head. So let's say this is me, a little stick figure, you know what I'm saying? Hey, don't forget the earrings, you feel me? Don't forget the earrings, you know what I'm saying? And let me scoot this back so Team Taco Bell can see it. I don't know if you guys see it, that's tough. That's tough. You guys can still hear me though. So basically, I would go around school and I'll say, okay, based on how I look, if I look good, if I wear the right clothes, if I got the right stuff, then I'm gonna get more value. So let's say clothes, that's plus 100 right there. So I got a worth of 100 right now. I don't know what 100 what, I don't know. But I got a worth of 100. Let's say I'm walking around school and there's certain people that I gotta say hi to. And there's certain people I gotta hang out with so that I look cooler and I got more value, right? So let's say I got friends. I got 100 more points. That's dope. Okay, let's say, okay, I played sports. And depending on what sport I did, I would either gain or lose points. If I did shot put, I'm losing points. If I did basketball, I'm gaining points. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Hey, shot put's dope. Shot put's dope. I'm not shooting at nobody. Let's see. For the guys, if I talk to a lot of females, then I'll get a bunch of points. You know, I'll get a lot of value, especially from the guys. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is the before Christ hunter. It's all right. And if I hung out with the right people. But you guys see there was this point system that gave me value. But with this system, I could also lose value. So your boy was broke, all right? So I didn't have nothing nice. So that's minus 100, all right? Your boy didn't have his license till I was a senior because things I get lazy. Video games are fun, you know what I'm saying? So can't drive. as minus 100. And Landis could probably give you a bunch of stuff where I got minus on, but my grades were tough, so I got held back. So they were like, dude, you're a senior in this freshman class. What is going on? But you guys, my average score would be about like 100 right now. That's kind of tough. My value would be 100 points. That's right? Am I right? You guys tell me, am I right? That's my value, right? That's my value. Right? You feel me? Hey, you guys, if you can't see it, go back and watch the stream and comment, and I'll give you spirit points. Check it out. You guys, this value system that I had in my head, this is what we're all taught to do by the world. That's what we're all taught to do. We think that our possessions, our appearances, our peers, our performances, they give us more or less value. And now you guys can see how ridiculous it is. This is dumb. That's not the truth. And I want you guys to see that so we can break it, because don't you guys want to be free? Don't you guys feel that? I know you guys feel that pressure when everyone in the room is looking at you and you got that tightness in your chest and you don't want to be judged, because if you do something wrong, your value is going to go down. And when you're performing and you're doing an activity, you don't want to mess up, because if you do, your value is going to go down. And if you don't fit in with the right people, if you don't do what the world says to do, then your value is going to go down. That's a lie. You guys could be free from that. I know you guys want to be free from this self-hate, from this anxiety, from this pressure. Don't you guys want to be free from that? Well, let me show you a real value system. And it's not from me, because I don't know nothing. It's from God. I'll show you right now. Because this is all fake. This is Fugazi stuff. This doesn't give you real value. You guys said it yourself. But this is how we treat ourselves, and this is how we treat other people. Now check this out. In the Bible, Luke chapter 15. This is a true story. Jesus was talking to some Pharisees, and he was talking to these people who were religious leaders. They thought they had it. They thought they were dope. They wore the nice robes. They were really religious. They hung out with the right people. They did all the right things. And those who didn't, they didn't treat them right. They didn't see that they had as much value. But they failed to see that everyone was just broken. Everyone fell short. And so Jesus went up to these people, and he was telling them a story. And this is what the story said. Suppose a woman has 10 silver coins and loses one. Won't she light a lamp and sweep the entire house and search carefully until she finds it? And when she finds it, she will call in her friends and her neighbors and say, rejoice with me because I found my lost coin. You guys, when she was looking for this coin meant something to her, because some Bible scholars think that he was talking about a lady who received money from her dad, and when she received this money from her dad, it was for her marriage because she needed money for marrying her husband or something. But this coin meant a lot. She tore the house up looking for it. She swept the entire house with the crevices. I know you guys know how she feels, because raise your hand if you ever lost an iPhone. Notice how I didn't say Android, because Android users lose their phone on purpose, okay? Raise your hand if you ever lost an iPhone and you felt that panic when you tapped the pockets and you just tapping thigh. You just tapping thigh. You felt that panic, right? Some of y'all start throwing the couch cushions way too hard. We get it. You lost your phone. I'll help you. Stop. Some of y'all in here, like me, y'all be making up the ideas and y'all be trying to find out where the phone went. You make up stories in your head. You're like, maybe I kicked it when I stood up and then it hit the angle of this chair and then the cat maybe took it. No, you lost your phone. You lost it. It's your fault. Find it. But we go crazy. We start panicking. And what happens when you guys find your phone? You turn up. She invited all her neighbors. She told everyone. You guys see how she feels now? But look at this next verse. Look at what this next verse says. It says, in the same way, there is joy in the presence of God, God's angels, when even one sinner repents. Hey, y'all pay attention. How this lady viewed her coins, that's how God views you guys. He will tear the house up looking for you guys. He will look everywhere to find you guys. And when he finds you, all of heaven, it said all of heaven be turning up. That's how much value you guys got. You guys are worth it. Why would he go and panic and look all over the house for you? Because you have value. Because you're worth it. And maybe some of you guys don't know how worth it you are to Jesus. You guys, Jesus values you. I'm going to tell you right now how much Jesus values you. When Jesus was getting whipped with they call it the cat o' nine tails. It had shards tied into the knots of the whip. He was getting whipped, and his back was getting lashed, and pieces of his back was getting pulled off every hit. And every hit, in his mind, he was thinking of you. And he said, it's worth it. When Jesus was going to die, and everyone was mocking him. Everyone was making fun of him. Everyone was spitting on him. He thought in his mind of you, and he said, you're worth it. When Jesus was hanging on the cross, and he was suffocating, and he was starving, and people were mocking him, he was thinking of you, and he said, you're worth it. You guys, Jesus values you so much. And we can't even see it because we're blinded by this value system right here. You guys are worth way more than what you guys think. And some of us in here tonight, we're like these lost coins. Some of us in here have never really given God a chance. But maybe tonight's that night where you know you're lost and you feel it. You can feel it and you know it. Maybe tonight's the night where you let God find you. I don't know who you are, but some of us in here tonight aren't even lost. We're just hiding. We think that we'll have more value in this system than with God. Well, I want you to ask yourself tonight, is that true? Because I know deep down in your heart you feel it. And maybe tonight's the night that you let God find you. But now the majority of us in here don't even feel like coins because we're struggling with our worth. We don't know how much we are valued. We don't. We're waiting for other people to tell us. We don't know how much we're valued. And if you're one of those people, I want to show you something. Does anyone have a $10 bill? Anyone? Anyone got a $10 bill right now? Papa Paul packing. Let me see someone. All right, give it up for Papa Paul. That's a fireman right there. He played football, went to Davis too. That's a man. That's a man. Now, real quick, thank you for the $10. How much is this worth? $10. Thank you. Someone passed math class. Let's go. It's worth $10. Okay, wait. What if I do this? Hold on. Wait, what if I? Hold up. Let me just. It's kind of dirty now. Hey, you guys, this $10 bill is not going to work in the machine as good as it was if it wasn't crinkle, right? It's a little messed up now, right? It's got some wrinkles on it. It's kind of dirty. Some people might not want it. You guys, how much value does this still have? It still has $10. You guys, that's how God views you. No matter what you guys have done, you still have value. No matter what you look like, you still have value. No matter how you perform, you still have value. And that's the one thing that we need to do. That's the one thing we need to do is change where we get our value from. Get your value from God's view. That's the one thing you need to do so you could be free from that tightness in your chest, from that sadness, from that self-hate, from that pressure, from that anxiety. You guys, God is dope. Yo, we're talking about the man who made heaven and earth, the one who could come back to life, the person that could get you into heaven, bless your life. That dude's dope. Whatever he says is dope. And he says you have worth. Forget whatever anybody else says. Your value is not based on your possessions, what you have. It's not based on how well you perform, how funny you are, how good looking you are. It's not based on your appearance and what you drive or whatever. Doesn't matter. God's view on you is what is important. Getting your value from God will change your life. That's the one thing y'all need to start doing. Because it's a pandemic. That's what we're all trying to do. So the next time we're trying to fit in with people, we don't need to. Because let me tell you something. You don't need to get value when you already have it. You don't need to get value. You already have it. You don't want to trade in God's value for this? 200 points? That's whack. You don't need to get value when you already have it. So this is what you need to start doing. Get your value from God's view. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm going to pray us out. God, thank you so much for tonight. Please let small groups, please let everyone open up. Please let everyone learn to get value from you because that's what really matters. You're actually way cooler than anything else. Please let us see ourselves how you see us. Thank you for dying on the cross for us. Thank you for loving us and blessing our lives. Lord, please let us have a great small group and a great week. In Jesus' name I pray. And everyone said...